everybody. Welcome back. I'm Glenn.
I'm Michael.
This is Legally Speaking. I'm joining you remote again today. I'm in Lincoln. Michael's in Mason City. So what's going on over there today?
The sun's shining. Quiet so far this morning. We'll pick it up here probably in about 45 minutes or so.
Did you look outside at like 7:15 this morning?
The pink and orange sky.
It was totally sunny, and it was just pouring down rain.
No, I didn't see the rain.
It was really, really odd.
We've been some pretty skies lately, though.
Well, we weren't sure what we were going to discuss today, but we had something come up that I think is worth talking about. We got a little announcement to make.
What would that be?
Well, I have put together a book that we finally got up and running on Amazon. So I was going to show everybody that book and take a peek inside here. I'm going to share my screen.
You got a publisher?
Yeah, me. More like my wife. All right. You see that?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So the book that I wrote, more of a handbook than a book, but it's called Estate Administration Handbook. How's that for creativity?
Pretty straightforward. I think you know what you're getting.
You do. If you search that on Amazon, it's the very first one that comes up. So all the SEO people can take that, huh? So
what's it about? What do you have there?
I don't know about you, but when I meet with people, the estate process, I think for most that haven't dealt with it is kind of foreign. And, there's a lot of emotion in a time like that. And there's a lot of questions about, what's going to happen, how's this process work, et cetera, et cetera. And so this little book that I put together is what I hope will, and it says there in the description, kind of demystify the process for people who are dealing with loss and having to deal with administering an estate and things like that. So that's kind of the point of the book, and it's up there on Kindle now, as you can see. Certainly not going to get rich on that, I don't think, but take a look inside there if you want.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that stuck out whenever I was scrolling through it was, there are a lot of words that people don't know what they mean when it comes to estate administration. So your glossary in there and explanation of basic terms that you run into when you're administrating an estate, I think that's going to be key so that when a client walks away from a meeting and we're using certain language, maybe they don't ask us right there in the appointment what that verbiage means. Well, they can go back to this handbook and look it up and then all of a sudden be on the same page and save us a lot of time and save the clients a lot of time knowing what everybody's talking about, having everyone literally and figuratively on the same page.
Yeah, I think I agree. That to me is probably one of the most important sections of the book is the definitions, because, when you and I are talking about an estate, we use a lot of words that we understand. We understand what they are, and we know what the difference is between legatee and an heir and things like that. But somebody that hasn't dealt with the process may not know that. And so, kind of gone through some of that and try to define some of those terms. And then, just kind of gone through the process. And, it says in the book that this is certainly not a book that somebody like you or I is going to be able to pick up and be able to practice law in this area. It's more of a summary of the process, kind of a understanding of how this process works, so that, somebody's sitting at home and they think of something after they've met with you for an hour, they can pull this out and say, I wonder if that answer to that question I have is in here, and, sleep a little bit better at night.
Yeah. And I think the key here is you didn't put together an encyclopedia here. This is truly just a handbook. It's a quick reference. Somebody's not going to be intimidated trying to comb through this book. I mean, it's pretty short, straightforward, and to the point. So I don't think people will be dissuaded from using it as a reference. I think it'll be a great tool for us and for the clients.
I think it will too. There will be, try to get back so you can see me here. I think it will be a good tool to use. So the paper version is in the works. We haven't quite got that yet. I have a draft of that ordered. So Amazon is sending me a draft of the physical paper copy. But once we make sure that looks right and that we've done everything correctly, that one will be available on there too. And my thought is that I'll have some on hand that I can give to people and hope that it's beneficial. Like I said, I'm not going to get rich. I think those costs of those books are just to mostly reimburse Amazon for their costs. So that's not the purpose of it in my mind. But if it can help somebody, that's kind of why I did it.
Yeah, I think that reference or resource will be there for them, outside of business hours if they're not able to get a hold of somebody right away to answer a question. I mean, a lot of their day-to-day questions can be answered by just going quickly and referencing the handbook.
It was the process was a lot more complicated than I expected it to be. My wife was very helpful. That's kind of her bailiwick, what she does. So she guided me through how to get all that published on Amazon. And, I kind of figured that you just send them your words and that was about it. But that's not really it.
Well, that's good. She needs to get an extra thank you from you.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be helpful. I don't know that I'm going to go on any book tours anytime soon, but I'll sign one for you if you want one.
I might keep one.
Well, that's the news that I have. Other good news, basketball started again.
Yep. My wife got me tickets to Illinois, Michigan State in January over in Champaign. So
Really?
I'm for sure going to go see one game at least. Probably the heart of conference play at that point.
That should be a good one. Michigan State going to be pretty good.
I think they'll be competitive again. Tom Izzo always puts a good product out.
Illinois played Eastern the other night. Did you watch any of that one?
I did not.
Had a Lincoln boy out there on the court. Jermaine plays for Eastern now.
Nice.
That was nice to see. But I think they're going to be pretty good. I think Illinois is going to be pretty good once they knock the rust off.
Yeah, Illinois football had a path to the college football playoffs, and they lost to Michigan State.
Sparty ruined it.
Yep.
Sparty does that from time to time. I don't know much else. My son reminded me this morning that we need people to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. So keep that in mind.
Yep. Share it with your friends.
And it's smash the like, subscribe, not smash the subscribe and like.
Gotcha.
Important distinction. Yes.
I'll get it one day, I guess.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Take care.